as the overall story unfolds in the Jamaica Premier League powered by Digicel. These two teams seek to write their own chapters this afternoon. Tivoli Gardens against Portmore United. Portmore United can actually go top of the league with victory. Tivoli Gardens can actually outjump Portmore United in the standings. So let's see what kind of story will unfold. Teddy Johnson with the kickoff for Tivoli Gardens. And we're off and on the way here at the UEJFF Captain Horace Burrell Centre of Excellence. So we are presently watching the conclusion of match day 4. And what will unfold? Not quite sure, but it's interestingly poised. Portmore United can go top of the league with victory this afternoon. And Tivoli Gardens will be hoping to stop all that. Philip Williams is the man in charge of Tivoli Gardens.
And from start, you've seen that it's actually a back four for Portmore United. The giveaway would be the position of Alvinus Myers, who normally plays as a right central defender in the back three. Now he's at the left centre back with Damano Solomon on the right side, Emilio Rousseau at left back, and Tajay Brown, who played at left wing back the last game, is at right back.
They have quite a few utility players, you can tell, Portmore United. So I actually wouldn't be surprised if they decided to change it up a little bit as the game progresses.
Exactly. That's the key thing. And the last game they played, Shandy James, who is now as a left winger,
on the right,
terrorized Mullines United in the first half, playing as a right wing back. So
yep,
the tactical flexibility that presents itself based on the qualities of the players is something that Coach Gardner will be pleased with.
Rico Wellington sends it off to Horatio Morgan, who didn't get his bearing right on that occasion. The majority of the play in Portmore's half at the moment. So the Gardens looking to transition. Tivoli with an interesting combination of young players and older players, if we should say so. I'm not sure if Teddy Johnson has embraced the term of being an old player.
Veteran status, and I think
he prefers that term.
Yeah.
Veteran status.
Yeah. And in this Tivoli team as well, Kemar Fleming's number 14 player at right back. I'm sure over 300 games in the National Premier League. Barrington Price, you mentioned, this is his 150th game.
Yeah, 150th start, in fact.
Start,
yeah.
Yes. So more games. Davian Garrison, goalkeeper Watkins. That's a lot of experience. And then you have the younger players like Horatio Morgan, as you mentioned.
Andre Smith is as a holding midfielder. Used to represent St. Andrew Technical High School.
With his coach being his
present coach, exactly.
Football coach.
Yeah. Also Anthony Nelson, who is playing up front for Tivoli Gardens. There is Andre Smith, you just saw. Just 22 years old, Andre Smith. As I said before, played in that 2017 Stats team. I think that was the year that they were beginning that cycle in the hope that they would dominate schoolboy football. They would have gone to a couple of finals after that, but they were unable to win the Manning Cup crown.
Yes, would have lost to Jamaica College in 2017 and in 2019 in the Manning Cup final.
So not a lot happening as far as action in the attacking third so far in this one. And we are approaching the 5-minute mark. Both teams still trying to feel their way through in the early parts of this encounter.
Yes, and looking at it, I think Portmore's decision to switch to a back four is really has to do with Tivoli's Garden really having a lot of players in the middle of the field. So Tivoli Gardens are 4-4-2 diamond, 4 central midfielders and 2 center forwards. That's a lot of bodies in the middle. And Portmore want to play this back four, our 4-2-3-1, to match them up or try to squeeze as many persons in the middle.
Solomon
not to
goes.
give Tivoli any advantage there.
Solomon was trying to go along to find Jevic McFarlane. And Tivoli now will come the other way. Nice first touch from Wellington. But couldn't quite capitalize on that occasion, Kamar Flemings, who would have last scored in the Premier League back in the 2016-2017 season.
For you?
Yeah, he would have been for you at the time. Here comes Portmore. Ball went through. Morris will pick it up. Trying to float that one in. They're appealing for a handball, nothing doing. Knight picks it up and couldn't get by Wellington, who robs him of the ball and sends Jermaine Teddy Johnson free. Has one defender in front of him. Now has some support as he tries to cut inside. He was looking for the call, but there was not a lot there at all. Oh, he spots the run. The keeper is off his line, and he commits an infringement there outside the area. And the referee will go into his pocket and show the yellow card. And Watkins still arguing.
I'm a bit confused by that card. That's the last defender there. The Mario Phillips is through on goal. Puts it around the goalkeeper. You think that should have been a red card? He's out of the box, the goalkeeper, Watkins.
Yeah, if it was inside the box, it would have been a different. I think it would have been a different thing. And it will be interesting to know where that last defender was as well. Let's take a look at it again. Here's the defender left of screen. But this is a dangerous spot though, the free kick. The wall is being constructed by Watkins. He's pretty much counting his lucky stars there. Emilio Rousseau is behind it. Ricardo Morris is also there. Let's see who will take it. Damari Phillips is also there. Three options, but one striker. It is Rousseau. Deflected effort. I believe that was on target too, you know. But it's a corner kick to Portmore United.
We've only seen one direct free kick scored so far in the National Premier League this season across the Chevron Power View.
So here's a corner kick for Portmore United. Phillips with the delivery. Oh, it's headed wide.
Rousseau should have done better with that one, Emilio Rousseau. That was a free header. Good delivery by Damari Phillips.
Just skimmed it, his head.
Yes, couldn't get over it. Top of his head and went wide.
Phillips couldn't find Morris, booted into touch. Myers. Solomon. Here's Nelson. Nelson. Good tracking back there. Jevick McFarlane, the striker. Challenging Nelson all the way.
Very hard-working McFarlane from what we have seen over the last couple of games.
Morris was trapped. And Tivoli couldn't capitalize there. Portmore United finding it difficult to get out of their own half at the moment, especially kicking into the strong wind.
And given the number of players Tivoli attack with, when they lose the ball, Tivoli Gardens, they quickly try to surround you and prevent you from playing out.
Just out of the reach of Teddy Johnson.
Early. Move it again. Look. Simple.
The long balls aren't really working so far for Portmore United. Campbell. Garrison running into some traffic there. Here's Morris now. Goes over the top. Phillips can't keep that one in play. Johnson. First touch to Nelson. Wellington to Johnson. Wellington. Shavar Campbell sends it long inside the area. Alvinus Myers is there. He has been a rock. And when needs be, also a tower. Myers. Challenge there on Rodico Wellington. Free kick to Tivoli Gardens. Wasted attempt there, I think.
Does that count as a shot on target?
It does.
Okay.
It does. And now that stat is out of the way.
But we don't think the intention was to have a shot there. He was trying to...
You think so?
Trying to find one of his teammates.
Myers. Morris. Appeal for a handball. And it's a free kick to Portmore United. Again in a similar position to the one that they had a few minutes ago. And of course it's a dangerous spot.
Yeah, let's see what sort of delivery Portmore decides to go for here. Do they go for the shot direct on goal, or do they try to deliver the ball into the box for one of the players like Damana Solomon or Jevick McFarlane?
I think it may just be Morris who will take this one. No, here's the attempt straight to the keeper. And it was Demario Phillips with a shot on that occasion. Right-footed effort, but no problems there for Watkins. Meat and drink for Watkins in goal.
Yes, easy target there. Also kicking into the wind, then you'll have to put some real power behind that to trouble the goalkeeper from that far out.
It's a long throw into Johnson, trying to set up his teammate on that occasion, and the awkward bounce just foiling the plans of Tivoli Gardens there. It was David Garrison was trying to control that one inside the box.
Just couldn't get over it to settle it to get a shot. And Portmore cleared easily.
Mario Phillips. Ball played inside, overcooked a little bit. Haven't seen a lot of Shandy James so far, but he was involved in that one. Whistle blowing against him on that occasion. We've seen quite a few players finding it difficult to make that transition to the senior level, and a couple of players have actually impressed. And of course, one more player on the board this afternoon as we see Siegel Knight. He's going to need some attention from off the bench. Probably got a knock to his face on that occasion. Let's take a look at what happened here. Terry Johnson involved. And as usual, he is absolutely bemused that the whistle went against him.
No, in fact, the foul is for, the referee blew for a call earlier. That was on Tivoli. Horatio Morgan was fouled in the build-up to that play.
Either way, he shouldn't have been surprised by the call.
Yes.
Especially with him being involved. But it is in favor of his team, though. So here's the drive inside the box. Nelson trying to set up Wellington. Oh, that's a delightful ball from Morris and further up the park. But they have the numbers, they have the pace at the back, and they're being Pennycook there covering the track well. Only as far as Phillips, though. There wasn't an advantage to be had for Demar Rose. Brown, Phillips, hammers it across, and they couldn't quite make the connection there. McFarlane and Watkins. Some disagreement there, probably there was a collision, but here's the cross. I'm not sure if you can blame McFarlane for going for that one.
Maybe the goalkeeper is saying his arms were out trying to collect the ball, but you're right, Shandy James had all right to go for that ball. Watkins, just unfortunate that the attacker's boots got him on the arm there. But he was not in control of the ball, so the attacker is within his right to attack that one.
It's been a miserable start for Watkins in this game.
Could have been sent off. Oh, that's a knock on the hand, but also gives his team an opportunity to get some hydration or to settle their nerves a little bit, talk things over. It's not as hot as when the match just started, but I think the players will still appreciate this stoppage in the game. Have you seen the new or the proposed amendments, rule amendments by FIFA?
Yes, I have seen it. And the less said about it, the better.
Well, the clock would have stopped for that one.
It would have.
So they want to introduce a game clock similar to basketball or the NFL, where 30 minutes halves, the clock stops when the ball goes out of play.
Not a fan. Anyway, here's Portmore United. So, back to Myers. Solomon. Morris now. They tried to come forward. Rousseau. You have to give it to Tivoli Gardens. They're really pressing. Portmore United unable to have their own way. And here they come. Wellington
no chance
should have done better there.
Tivoli Gardens did well on the previous play there to Portmore shift them to one side and then try to get it to the next side. They did well in terms of getting back across the field in this narrow formation to prevent the St. Catherine team from progressing the ball up the field.
Myers going long. Keeper coming out and reaching there well in time on this occasion. Price having some words with Jevrick McFarlane. Solution not backing down and having that conversation with the referee. Well, there's going to be a water break now, and the teams will cool down. But this is the first official water break of the game. Haven't seen a goal in this encounter.
First water break.
And the coach is pensive at the moment. Haven't really been able to express themselves, the teams, especially in the attacking third. We have seen little action so far in the attacking third. And Foster not quite as busy as Watkins in goal.
Yeah, most of the game has been focused in the middle of the field. Not a lot of goal scoring opportunities, not a lot of chances created by either team so far. We saw one where Demar Phillips was through on goal, the goalkeeper fouled him. And next one we hear Phillips, same again, putting a cross for Shandy James to attack, but 22 or 23 minutes have passed us by uneventfully. But there's still a lot in this game for both teams. And again, we mentioned the conditions, much cooler than we are accustomed to here. So we can expect both teams to up the tempo as the game progresses.
Solomon was on the score sheet on last match day. They waited until the very last minute of the game to actually get the win in that one.
Do we say Solomon offering some wise words to Myers here? and they have been comfortable so far, dealing with the threat of Jermaine Johnson up top for Tivoli. And they have been very competent the 3 games we have seen from Portmore United. Solomon and Myers really protecting their goal as best as possible and organizing. That's one of the key things of defending. Can you prevent the attack coming to you rather than you have to clean it up all the time?
Couldn't get through the traffic on that occasion, Horatio Morgan. Trying to put the pressure on Morris, who does well to send the ball upfield. And there's a flag up on the play. Offside hold.
I'm very impressed by the industry of Javic McFarlane. To inform the viewers, McFarlane is about 5'7", 5'6", but really makes a nuisance of himself. Really works hard off the ball. Really works well in creating space for his teammates to attack. I think his game is just missing goals at this moment as a centre forward.
Demar Rose. And again, you see the industry there. Siegel Knight wasn't on the same page with his attackers on that occasion. Teddy Johnson. Chance for Tivoli Gardens if the pass was accurate, but it wasn't.
Shandy James tracking back there to prevent that one going through for Horatio Nelson.
There is Morgan. Both teams trying to be more forthright in their play. Knight again going long, looking for Phillips. Yeah, he was being pulled back all the way, McFarlane. Morris. Knight. Siegel Knight on the ball. Ball played through, and Phillips couldn't quite get there. Brown. Morris to Brown. Andre Smith going all the way back. Knight mopping up the play. Rousseau has it now for Portmore United. Morris challenged. Teddy Johnson has it. Has Nelson for company. Going the other way. Garrison sending that one across. And Kemar Foster finally seeing some bit of action. Oh, Morris lost it in a dangerous area. Wellington. A good read by Knight.
Transition is on for Portmore United.
McFarlane making the run. Knight trying to find him. And,
I think on that play, Shandy James could have done better in reaching in a better position to support that attack. So McFarlane made a run which pulled away 2 defenders, but there was no other outlet for Siegel Knight.
Move it, chop, man, move it now. Move it again, man.
Rousseau does well. Sandy James just losing it and battling hard to try and win it back. Andre Smith.
Come on, you.
Nelson now. Portmore United, they're going to handle those well. Lofted delivery, looking for McFarlane, who's through on goal. McFarlane trying to set up Morris over the top. In his stride, couldn't find the target though. The captain of Portmore United.
And there we talk about the quality that Javick McFarlane brings. Excellent ball, played over by Seagull Knight. McFarlane playing on the shoulder of the last defender. Recognizes that he can't take on this defender 1v1R and smells that run coming in a good supporting position from Ricardo Morris, but it's too high.
Would have preferred it on his left foot, I suppose.
Would have preferred it on his left foot, of course.
But he's of quality, Ricardo Morris, and you expect him to do better.
Definitely. But expect more of Tivoli's high line, expect more of Javick McFarlane operating on the shoulder of the last defender and making those runs behind. That's the second time we have seen Portmore United create a chance by making that run.
I think he may have been offside there, decided not to go full blast again. Javick McFarlane.
Them are, don't. Job.
So our Campbell to Rodico Wellington. Picking up the easy foul there. Seagull Knight wondering what that was about. Campbell delivers. Went high but was never going to generate a lot of power there, Horatio Morgan. Played 10 matches last year, did the 22-year-old. Just scored the 1 goal in the league, Morgan. Trying to find his footing even more this season. In the middle of the park for Tivoli Gardens. Ball over the top. Sandy James, or rather Rousseau there, trying to send that one inside the area. He wins the corner kick for his team, Emilio Rousseau.
Come on.
So another corner kick to Portmore United. They've sent 5 players inside the box. Here's the delivery, lofted inside. Oh, Johnson does well. It's a bit of quality both teams missing at the moment in the attacking third. Solomon. Phillips.
No fault. Well done.
Doing well.
Hold that.
Throwing though to Tivoli Gardens over on that far side.
Well, not a lot happening in front of goal here. Tivoli Gardens, they play with a narrow system. And Portmore United for this game has adjusted well in terms of getting bodies in the middle of the field when they don't have the ball. So you find that Tivoli is finding it difficult to break through. On the other hand, Portmore United, they need to shift the play from side to side a little bit quicker because that narrow team from Tivoli, if they move to one side, they will really expose the other side. So I think Portmore United need to focus on shifting or switching the sides of attack pretty quickly, and also playing those balls once they get in between the lines, releasing Javic McFarlane, who...
Oh, lovely run, Demario Phillips, and he couldn't get by the Tivoli defense on that occasion.
So that's exactly what we're talking about, Donald. Ball started on the left for Portmore, came across quickly to the right hand side to Tajay Brown, and then they found the space in between the lines that they can play behind Tivoli's high line. So that's the easier route I see for them going to goal to Portmore United here.
May actually bear more fruit in the second half once the wind is behind them, but let's see what happens.
Then the weight of the passes will have to be adjusted.
Yeah. Again, Tivoli, they've lost in a dangerous area. Morris. Rose going long again. It's McFarlane! What a finish! That's how you make your mark in the Jamaica Premier League. A fantastic effort from the St. Lucian. And the champions in front. 1-0 over Tivoli Gardens.
Deserved goal there for Javic McFarlane, and you must talk about that technical execution. Ball dropping from out of the air, using the laces. There we see the Portmore equipment manager pretty much buffering the laces that provided the first goal of this game for them.
Again, we're talking about the hustle here, and mistake at the back wasn't the best defensive attempt there.
From Pennycook.
Yep. Look at the finish, Andrew. Yep. He's ecstatic. McFarlane. It was a wonderful effort. And now here's Portmore on the attack. Stanley James puts it back. And a turn 2-0! DeMar Rose! Talk about making a mark! His first start and a goal for him this season. And the Portmore United in no time, 2-0 up. And Rose with the goal.
And these are the moments when you are very vulnerable, Donald. Game just started just before the half or just before the interval. And right after you have conceded a goal, your mentality or your focus drops, and then a team like Portmore United pounces on that opportunity. Before you look at it, you're 2-0 down.
And to think, we thought that they would have taken more of an advantage in the second half.
They've really made the best of the chances in the first half. This is what Coach Gardner would have spoken about pre-game, and I'm pretty sure what he would have spoken about at the end of the last game they played against Mullines, where they had about 12 attempts on target and only managed to score 1 goal.
Flemings goes long, looking for Wellington, who goes down. I think that may have been a head injury, but the referee says play on. And there's a challenge from behind, which will be called.
And that's McFarlane tracking back there to do some defensive work.
Simple again.
Interesting to see from this point how Tivoli approach a fight back in this game. Haven't conceded in the league thus far. Their game is built on really being solid defensively. Let's see what sort of tactical disposition they apply to get back in this game, or what sort of mentality or strategical change they make.
Right now, Portmore United looking really comfortable, playing the possession-based game. wanting to drag the Tivoli players out of position. And at the moment, it looks like a trading session. Here's Solomon. Finding it easy at the moment. Well over 15 passes, 16. Rousseau can't keep it in play. The one time they went for the extravagance, they lost possession, Portmore United.
But the idea was good though. They're building on one side and up against this team again. We keep on mentioning that you have to try to switch the sides. That's what Kemar Foster goalkeeper tried to do. Just overhit his pass out to Rousseau.
A wonderful delivery inside just over the head of Wellington. And the Portmore United will now try to make the transition. And safety first in banging that one upfield. Although there's a mix-up in communication there.
No fault, no fault.
Again, look who's making himself a nuisance.
Farlin.
Here's Morris. Rose called for it, got it. James to Brown. Back to James. Brown. Rose. James. Morris. And that was poor from Morris.
The switches on to us. So
it's a confidence for me though.
Come on, them on. Move it again. Relax and move it, man.
Couple of goals under their belt now, and you can see the change in demeanor from Portmore United.
So true. And especially for McFarlane, who this would have been his 4th game, the pressure should be off now. We should see his true qualities coming to the fore.
Tajay Brown. Morris had to work hard to retrieve. He got there at the end. Rousseau making the run. Needs a good delivery. It's not a bad one, but there was no one there attacking the ball inside the 6-yard box.
That's where McFarlane should have been.
Look around you. Face it now. Simple.
Playing out from the back has become a little bit easier for Portmore. What's happening is that the front 3, the 2 strikers for Tivoli and the number 10, they are the ones pressuring, but they aren't being supported by the rest of the team because that defensive line has dropped a little bit deeper, and so their press is not supported.
Oh, good hustle. And he was held back there. And I'm a little bit surprised that he's not in the referee's book.
McFarlane is omnipresent on the field.
I'm really surprised that a yellow card hasn't come out actually.
Referee Mason being
really lenient. Like it was obvious. It really was,
and you know it's obvious when the defender apologizes. No complaints. Barrington Price there. His 150th start in the Premier League. Referee Mason refused to grant him a card saying, well done on the milestone.
Yeah, 150th start, didn't get a card. Who knew?
But this game has swung dramatically from one that's been very tame, very much concentrated in midfield. Portmore United pounce on 2 chances and they're 2-0 up, approaching half-time at the moment.
You don't want to see that man down too long. Alvinus Myers, the other St. Lucian who's really been making a mark for Portmore United, and he has a lot to think about Philip Williams, he really does. Probably a lot on his mind right now, because the teams that he usually coaches, their defense solid, and I guess if there's going to be a strike against Philip Williams, is him still needing to prove how to make that transition when his team is behind, and especially by 2 goals. It's a real challenge this afternoon as well. What can he do with what he has to work with? You see Teddy Johnson, 41 years old, but can he make an impact in the second half?
Well, that's
Is it delayed? No, it's a yellow card. That's, I think he's trying to find Price. Yes, he was trying to find Price. And finally, I don't know how you can miss Barrington Price. I think he's the tallest Tivoli player out there, but finally the yellow card. Yeah, the guy in the armband. There you go. He was looking all over the place, the referee.
45+1 minute officially.
But finally found him, made the referee Christopher Mason. I'm sure you can see the funny side of it now.
Price, number 5, caution. Officially, 45+1.
Just a bit of confusion there among the Tivoli Gardens players in particular. Anyway, free kick to Portmore United. He's going to be kicking into the strong wind here, Emilio Rousseau. Or no, he's left it for Ricardo Morris, who dinked at the back post and Phillips couldn't gather. And it's going to be a goal kick.
his teammates were shouting at him to control because there were 2 Portmore players there. Solomon, who pretty much gave up that pass to Demario Phillips, but Phillips attempted the one-time cross shot. Didn't come out for him.
So they'll see out the rest of this half, one would think. Portmore United with a 2-goal advantage. And the Tivoli Gardens will have to go back to the drawing board here. The goals coming in quick succession in the latter stages of this first half.
Simple. Come on, take care of it. Come on.
Wellington loses it, tries to win it back. Goes the other way. Shandy James utilizing his pace here on this right-hand side. He has McFarlane for company. That's a delightful ball to McFarlane! And the save is made. He gets it back and trying to set up Morris couldn't. But Watkins in goal, saving Tivoli Gardens surely in this contest.
Brilliant play there from Shandy James and good run from McFarlane. Just failing to get that one by Watkins to make it 3-0.
Wellington trying to instigate another attack. Nelson on it, back to Campbell. Running out of time in this first half. And Myers is there. And Brown should boot it up. No, leaves it to Myers. Oh, they're really calm at the back, Portmore United. And they do see out the first half. 2 goals in it. Jevick McFarlane on the score sheet first. And Demar Rose also scoring his first goal for Portmore United
Match number 20.
Almost a couple of minutes afterwards,
Portmore United. Portmore United.
Jermaine Johnson having conversation with his younger strike partner, Ricardo Morris and company, should be pleased. And Philip Williams, well, he has a lot to speak about. Let's see what happens in this second half. It comes up in a few minutes' time. Tivoli Gardens, they have to claw their way out of this situation. They trail Portmore United by 2-0. Referee Chris Mason just making sure that all is in place for the start of this second half. Portmore United will have a slight wind at the moment behind them. Let's see if they can actually take advantage of it as the second half is on the way. And Portmore United trying to be purposeful in their play. Not sure if we can say that they have their foot on the neck of Tivoli Gardens at the moment, but they are in a strong position. Nelson couldn't quite reach that one. Solomon is back there heading it into touch. They're appealing for a handball. Play continues. It's with Teddy Johnson, and it's charged down by Rousseau. Oh, Morris does really well. Offside, surely, against the Mario Phillips. Didn't quite time his run on that occasion.
Tivoli Gardens players are protesting to the referee that was a handball in the Portmore United box.
Just to confirm the offside call. Just jetting off too soon, the Mario Phillips. Here they come again to the Gardens. They're pushing numbers inside the area. Challenge coming in. Long throw inside the area. And the keeper calls for it. No problems there for Kemar Foster. So let's take a look at the incident here. The appeal for the penalty. Yeah, I'm not. There's not a lot in that, I think.
That's one that could have been given.
If there was ever a definition for a player not knowing anything about it,
it's behind.
That would have been it. He really knew nothing about it, Cecil Knight. Solomon was a little bit too strong there on Nelson. Here comes Tivoli Gardens once more. And Wellington didn't receive it there. There's a challenge on Morris. Tivoli Gardens really not liking the call so far in the second half. Meanwhile, there's a smile on the face of Ricardo Morris. He seems to be all right.
And Tivoli, they've been way more aggressive at the start of the second half here.
Morris, oh, he's timed that run to perfection. It's 3 against 3 at the moment. 2 players waiting inside the box. Needs a good delivery. At the back post, it's James. How did he miss from there? Shandy James with a big chance at the back post to kill this game. And Portmore United, for some reason, are 3-0 up.
Talk about a cross there from Demario Phillips. Around the 2 retreating Tivoli Gardens defenders. Oh, Shandy James just could have walked that one in. Instead, it remains 2-0 Portmore United.
Phillips did everything he could to hand it on a platter to Shandy James. Oh, he's through on goal again. It's McFarlane looking to make it a third. And the keeper is out, making the challenge. That will be his second yellow card. And he's off. Tivoli Gardens down to 10 players. They are now without their keeper. And really and truly, you cannot argue against that.
Javik McFarlane again, playing on the shoulder of the last defender, running in behind. And Portmore United, this is the 3rd time Portmore United in this half has played that ball. 2 times to Demario Phillips, once offside, once a chance for Shandy James. And now for Javik McFarlane.
Well, again, for the 2nd time in this game, he's come out of his box and was left stranded. And yeah, you really can't argue against that. Ended up in no man's land. Tivoli Gardens, they have to make that change and put someone in goal. And he's set to come on, Nicholas Clark.
Highline again exposed by Tivoli Gardens.
Not sure what's taking so long to actually make the change.
I think one of the things that happening here, think about it, Watkins is pretty much giving his replacement some time to get a feel of the ball, get his gloves on before he comes off the field. Also gives his coach a little more time to decide who is that one player I'll have to take out to bring in Nicholas Clark. So it's not about a deliberation or anything, it's more about let's give the replacement some time to get ready.
Yeah, and the question now is, who would you then take out? Yeah, David Garrison may be the one sacrificed.
Yes, a tough one for Garrison. He has been known to be a live wire player. Now it has to be sacrificed for Nicholas Clark coming in goal.
Has mission difficult become mission impossible for Tivoli Gardens? Garrison goes off.
The
Nicholas
degree of
Clark
difficulty increases here because do you still chase the game now being a man down and 2 goals down? Almost 40 minutes to go. I think what Tivoli has to do, they have to become even more solid.
Well, he was onside, that's one. So clearly he's onside. McFarlane timing his run well there, and then just a stranded leg.
And we must give the assistant referee some credit there because we have seen those close ones.
Yeah.
The defending team get the benefit of the doubt. In this one, assistant referee Williams,
he was spot on.
Spot
actually.
on.
Yeah.
Those calls are what get referred to VAR in
That's
overseas football.
That's true. Now, Portmore United looking to go 3 up. It looks as if Morris may be the one to take it. But Mario Phillips has left the scene. It is Morris who's over the top. Anticlimactic.
It's disappointing. And in the pre-game warm-up, he was practicing about 10 of those, he and Shavani Willis. Maybe about half went on target. He would be disappointed with that execution there.
Morris doesn't want to ease up. You can tell that he wants his team to keep the intensity up. How many times have we seen teams go down to 10 players and they actually play better as a unit?
That's so true. That's so true. In this instance, though, what Portmore has to do, Portmore has to continue to apply that pressure. They can't give Tivoli any chances in this game to get even a consolation goal, because then that reinvigorates Tivoli, and then 2-1 for them, they start to chase that equalizing goal. So for Portmore, they have to look to put pressure high up the field. The field is not as big in terms of length and width as the National Stadium or Stadium is. So just as Javitt McFarlane does there, continue to put pressure on your opponents.
Rose. Knight now.
And also playing with 10 and Tivoli showing a bit of intention based on the positioning of their players, that they somehow still want to get a goal in this game. Then now Portmore United have to use the width, the outlets of Shandy James and Damari Phillips as key attacking weapons in this half.
If Tivoli Gardens they manage to get out of this one, it will be quite a second half here.
Would have been a classic for the viewers.
Trying to stop that one forward, Tajay Brown. Fleming. Campbell. Nelson. Yes, Campbell there for support. Nelson again. Flemings. Smith. Morgan. And Pennycook sends it long. Keeper coming out and getting there. Looking for that additional yard of space. Ready for Wellington.
Substitution for Tivoli.
Horatio Morgan is getting ready to come off for Tivoli Gardens as well. Deborah Gray comes on for Tivoli Gardens. So already on the score sheet so far this season, Gray.
Yes, their only goal of the season thus far. A 1-0 win coming over Arnett Gardens on match day 2. See if he can do the same today.
Delivered inside the area, the header is over the top though. Couldn't quite keep it down. Rising on that occasion, the captain, Barrington Price. So, of course, one of the changes was forced. But in the end, 2 wing players were taken out. As we take a look at what happened in that first half when he came out. And that was borderline orange there, I thought, and then this one straight up as this one is deflected into the side netting, and it's going to be a corner kick to Portmore United. Well, that was close.
Very quick from one end of the field to the next as well. We saw their goalkeeper Watkins, two incidents where he had to run out of his goal area. One of the things you as coaches you tell your goalkeepers to do is.
Let's take a look at what happened there, and it was a good save in the end by Nicholas Clark. Corner kick for Portmore. Oh, it's delivered inside and gone into the back of the net. Morris will claim it. Ricardo Morris, would you believe it? The captain again on the score sheet, and they've pretty much gone on to kill this game as a contest. Portmore United 3, Tivoli Gardens 0.
This put Ricardo Morris in elite company of players who score what they call an Olympico, scoring from direct from a corner kick straight through the hands of Nicholas Clark. But the intent was there because Morris said everyone should go closer to the goalkeeper. That was a beauty.
Fantastic goal, Ricardo Morris. And Portmore United pretty much now on easy street.
Officially in the 16th minute.
That's his second goal this season.
Ricardo Morris, the scorer.
And Tivoli Gardens, they now have to think about damage control.
Definitely. Have to be more compact, more solid, and try to seal the game with a -3 deficit. But can't be chasing this game against a quality team as Portmore, one that is confident as well because they're scoring goals now.
And the fact that they're down to 10 players as well.
And the fact that your opponent is down to 10 players, then I'm sure if you present them with opportunities, then they will go for the kill.
Flemings. Ball over the top. Cleared out by Solomon.
When last have you seen an Olympico scored in
our local Premier League?
Yes.
It's been a while actually. Chance here for Tivoli Gardens, and Jeremy leading the play was Tajay Brown there.
Coming across to cover his defenders.
Morris, Phillips, James making a run over on this near side, but Phillips had his head down making that run. Wellington now. They have a lot to work on in the attacking third of the Gardens.
Substitution for Tivoli.
Portmore United will now make the changes. Well, Tivoli first, actually. Johnson is coming out.
Replaced by number 27.
Sensible change here. Johnson coming out.
Garnett.
And Garnett coming in. This game is a lost cause. Jermaine Johnson, you wouldn't want to lose him due to a suspension or an injury for the upcoming games.
Now Rose will be replaced by number 6. Shimani Willis.
And as we mentioned at the start of the half, Shavana Willis comes on for Demar Rose, scorer of the second goal for Portmore United.
Number 16, Rose.
Shavana Willis, who made his
19,
last appearance for the Reggae Boys in a friendly against USA in Austria, is now on to get some minutes and see out this one for Portmore United.
Nicholas MacArthur also comes onto the park.
replaces number 12, Jerry McFarlane.
Javik McFarlane, after an hour's work, is off.
Substitutions in the 64th minute.
Solomon easy at the back. Always easy, it appears. Brown. Emilio Russo had a lot of space over on this near side. Brown couldn't keep the possession though.
Still a lot of time to play in this game. I think around 30 minutes to go.
Flemings. Phillips. Tajay Brown. Shavani Willis. Losing his balance on the ball.
I see more goals in this game based on the approach taken by Tivoli Gardens. 3-0 down, a man down. They're still chasing more goals.
Figure that they should call it quits. Offside flag shown against the Mario Phillips. I think he was correct again, the assistant referee. Flemings. Devroy Gray. Tajay Brown will pick up the loose ball here. Seagull Knight has it. Emilio Rousseau collects. Shandy James on it now. Rousseau with the overlapping run. Almost finding MacArthur there, who battles to try and win it, looking for the call. And referee not giving him that call. Wellington, Nelson. MacArthur battling all the way, but he's in an offside position.
9 minutes and the match is 90 minutes. Yeah. Just try a week before quarter to 6, yeah?
Willis. Knight. Wellington was impeded there. Free kick to Tivoli Gardens.
There's an opportunity for them to get a goal back.
Well, let's see what can happen here with this attempt. The ball is being set up. Really and truly they need this, don't they? Wellington is behind this.
One more.
Here's a free kick delivered. Oh, what a goal! What a strike that is from Wellington. Is this the start of a comeback here for Deco Wellington with a fabulous strike? May have taken a deflection off the wall. Yeah, it did. But he really doesn't care. And Tivoli, they've pulled the goal back.
Anyhow they go in, they do count. Tivoli will be very accepting of that. Just a pity it's 3-1 now. Let's see. They're still trying to chase it. But they have made use of that opportunity, Tivoli Gardens, and they have pulled the goal back.
This one is fired across inside the area. Portmore United, they're back there doing some defending. And they have to be more purposeful now, Portmore United. Before that goal was scored, Portmore United, they were on track to record their biggest win over Tivoli Gardens since the 2008-2007 season. Or 2007-2008 season, I should say. Portmore United registered a 3-0 win back then. Just the second goal that Portmore United they have conceded this year. Funny enough, in that 2007-2008 season, Portmore United also registered a 4-2 win over Tivoli Gardens. So a lot of goals were scored in that fixture that season.
And a lot of goals have been scored this match day. 16 goals thus far, with some 20 odd minutes to go, which includes stoppages. And that's coming up from...
The referee said play on. It's come through to MacArthur. Puts it over the top. I mean, the flag didn't go up. It would have counted. But I'm not sure if he actually timed that run to perfection on that occasion. The resulting effort, though, from MacArthur over the top.
That's a glorious chance to make it 4-1 there. So I was mentioning that match day 1 had 7 goals, match day 2, 7, match day 3, I think 6 goals. Now it is 16 goals on match day 4. I guess the teams have really done some work on the training ground to improve their scoring chances.
Oh, robbed of the ball. And he's through on goal, Nelson. Nelson looking to get a second goal for Tivoli Gardens. Nelson! Oh, he hesitated. And then the chance left him.
Had the opportunity to take the shot as soon as he ran through first time, but delayed. Here we have a replay.
Good for the referee to continue. But he just saw Solomon and decided not to go. Or Myers rather, he saw. Here's the corner kick. At the back post, keeper comes out and makes the punch. MacArthur collects. Under pressure all the time from Flemings, who has committed the foul. Free kick to Portmore United. Some reprieve now for Portmore.
Tivoli making do with the little they're getting.
Punted long. And again from Solomon. Phillips trying to win it. Clark sends it upfield. Brown does enough. Willis picks it up. Couldn't reach Morris. Morris gets it back though. Tries to do some fancy footwork and lost it in the process. Andre Smith is fouled. Can Tivoli really come back in this game? Rodico Wellington, who's pulled the goal back, was challenged there by Cedar Knight.
What Wellington has been doing so far in the second half is just dribbling at the Portmore midfielders and defenders, trying to get the fouls, trying to attract numbers and beat them, play the true passes. So, these are the opportunities that Tivoli Gardens can really get the footing back into the game. If you make it 3-2 with 14 minutes to go, then match on. We can expect anything in the end.
Sent inside the area. Wellington is looking for something there. There was a collision inside the box. And it will go the other way. Morris needs a good ball upfield. Decides to go himself, and going along is McCarthy inside the area. Comes through to him. Couldn't quite control. Still has another chance, and the challenge vital. This game is stretched. It's like street football at the moment.
And that's the reason of Tivoli Gardens going for it, but also Portmore United moving away from what made them successful in the first half, which was keeping possession of the ball. It will be interesting to see the statistics for possession right now.
Long ball over the top, and he was sandwiched, wasn't he, all the time? And the Devroy Gray, the odds were against him in reaching that one. Brown to Morris. to Rousseau. Rousseau again. Shivani Willis. James. Interception crucial on that occasion. Brown. Tajay Brown. Siegel Knight. Shivani Willis. Comes across to Emilia Rousseau, who has space here. I wonder if he even thought about the
having
shot.
a goal.
Because
Would be a similar position to where he scored from on match day 1 against
he was
Rugby
actually a bit
Holding.
further out as well. Yeah. And we know that he has the capability to do it. Solomon. Tajay Brown. MacArthur. Nicholas MacArthur. Going back to the basics now, Portmore United, and they look good. Then the boot comes flying in. And another interception. And it's 4 against 3. The flag is up for offside against Devroy Gray.
Needed to time his run there, Gray. Or else he would have been in with a chance to make it 2-3 for Tivoli Gardens.
Trying to build back their rhythm, Portmore United, because they were flustered for a while there for a few minutes. As Tivoli Gardens pressed as this ball is gone through. And Nicholas Clark.
Well read.
Yep. His predecessor in this game would have learned a thing or two from that. This is what happened earlier in the game, which would have caused him to have been sent off. Flemings intercepts. Wellington. Garnett. Nice movement.
Gray has been a real live wire since coming on.
Garnett's effort on target. No problems there for the goalkeeper, Kemar Foster. Comfortable. Portmore had 12 shots, 6 of which have been on target. Those are 3 shots on target for Tivoli Gardens. Soon time for that discussion for the MVP of the game. And I tell you what, I'm thinking of Jevick McFarlane from what he did in the first half. Of course, he came off early in the second piece.
Yes, scored a brilliant goal and also was the one who led to Watkins being sent off.
Yeah.
For Tivoli Gardens. So recovered possession many times. Jevick McFarlane scored a beautiful goal and also influenced an opponent being sent off. That's an all-round game in 60 minutes of action for him.
Omar Reed is set to come on for Portmore United. There is number 34. And Zaid Hilton.
Substitution for Portmore.
He's going to see a little of the action as well.
Yes, so the two wingers for Portmore, Demaria Phillips and Shandy James, who could have been candidates as well for the MVP of the game, they are out. Replaced by Hilton and Omar Reed.
34, Omar Reed. And number 11, Sandy James. He was replaced by
Fleming.
26, Rivaldo Richard. Substitution took
Fleming has
place.
also had a decent game for Tivoli Gardens. Not a lot of bright spots for Tivoli today. So too Radico Wellington.
And Deveroy Gray has been really impactful since coming off the bench for Tivoli. But he came on at a time when they were really behind the 8 ball.
Sent long by Pennycook. Good interception there. That Hilton over on the far side. Siegel Knight to Amelia Rousseau, has Omar Reed in some space. Finds Reed. Reed to deliver inside the area. MacArthur looking for that little flick, and then it's put behind. For a corner kick.
I like the decision by Rousseau not to give the ball to Reed first time there. He waited for a defender to come to him, Rousseau, then play the ball to Reed. So at least Reed would have one less player to contend with putting that ball across the box.
Corner kick to Portmore United. They have sent 4 players inside the area.
They don't need anybody if Ricardo Morris is going to go straight to goal again.
I'm sure it's a case of once bitten, twice shy. But he does go for, oh my goodness, again at the back post. Nicholas Clark may have had his heart in his mouth on that occasion again. But he was there flapping at it. From our angle it looked closer. But when he got there and didn't reach it, panic. Didn't even get a touch. It's a goal kick though. Never easy to step in during the game as a goalkeeper. Never easy.
Not at all.
Although if we are to be honest, the signs were there. Siegel Knight. Emilio Rousseau. Again, he has some space to work with. Firing it across. MacArthur drives it across. Rousseau will pick it up. Alvarez Myers. Hasn't had a lot to do at the back, Myers and Solomon. Morris now. Hilton. MacArthur. Ball coming through again to MacArthur, and the keeper well off his line, still off his line, and his defenders will bail him out on that occasion.
Again, Nicholas Clark doing well to read the play from early sweeping up for his defenders, but got a little bit carried away in trying to dribble out.
Just to clarify, it's actually Rivaldo Mitchell who came on for Portmore United and not Zane Hilton. As you see a player going down. And he's going to need some attention, the captain of Tivoli Gardens.
Pointing to the hamstring.
Tivoli Gardens, they already have enough troubles in this game. They don't want any more trouble for the rest of the season.
And Coach Philip Williams mentioned at the top of the match that they have some injuries piling up in their squad, so they wouldn't want to add a next one to that long list with Barrington Price here this afternoon.
Officially,
5 minutes of stoppages to be played.
minimum 5 minutes to be added to the end of the second half. Minimum
There's
5 minutes
smoke
to be
in and around
added
the
to
area
end
here
of
at
the
the
second half.
JFF Captain Horaceburg Center of Excellence. Hazy conditions for the time being. Russell. Willis. Knight. Morris. Tajay Brown now. Easily taken from him. Here's Tivoli Gardens. Flag is up. Shown against Deveroy Gray.
Portmore United trying their best to see out the game by keeping possession of the ball. You can see that some players in the Portmore United team want to get a goal, because when the ball goes to them, rather than keeping possession, they're pretty much gung-ho at going forward.
Yeah, probably was just offside there. Rousseau. Rivaldo Mitchell now. Mitchell. Back to Morris. Willis. Lost it. Wins it back though. Morris. Rousseau.
Up again, up and going. Up again.
Knight.
Rousseau.
Rousseau. Morris. Gray. Solomon with the interception. Rousseau. Switching the play to Tajay Brown. MacArthur was making the run. Nelson. A nice movement from Omar Reed. Morris. Morris. I don't think Mitchell was expecting that.
No, not at all, based on his body reaction there.
Keeper is going to be second best here. Well, no, got there just in time. I think he just backed out at the last minute, though. The attacker. Nelson. Looking for Wellington. Easily handled there by Solomon. That's it for this encounter. Referee has seen enough. Christopher Mason. McFarlane on the score sheet early for Portmore United. Ricardo Morris directly from a corner. Pretty much sealing this as a contest. And Portmore United with the win. As in between those strikes, DeMar Rose also on the score sheet for Portmore United. And the scoreline would please Ricardo Bibi Gardner, but there were a few moments of nerves when Tivoli Gardens actually pulled a goal back. A deflected free kick from Rodrigo Wellington. But Philip Williams has some work to do with his charges from Tivoli Gardens, who have gone down here by 3 goals to 1.